president refused to wear one in front of the cameras. Still, he insists.
I wore one in this back area, but I didn't want to give the press the pleasure of seeing it.
Before the trip, Ford said its policy is for everyone at the plant to wear a mask. But company chairman Bill Ford told reporters.
It's up to him.
Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden is looking for a woman to take his old job, and CBS's Bo Erickson says he's stepping up his search for a running mate.
One of the most notes is to one of his former Democratic presidential primary rivals, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar. CBS News can also confirm that New Hampshire Jeanne Shaheen was asked by Biden to be vetted, but she has declined to move forward. Florida Congresswoman Val Deming said on Friday she was also asked by Biden to be considered.
We've just learned that the FBI now believes the shooting at the Corpus Christi, Texas Naval Air Station is terrorism related, and a second person at large. A gunman wounded one sailor there before being killed by security forces this morning. President Trump says the CDC will come out with guidance on reopening churches, and Archbishop Bernard Hebda of St. Paul, Minneapolis says stay-at-home orders have a cost.
Many have measured those costs economically, physically, and mentally. Have been spiritual, too. Now that the state deems it safe to reopen retail and non-essential businesses, it's time for us to resume our essential sacramental act.
Rangers are coming to an airport security checkpoint near you. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The TSA says it's preparing for a very different travel season. Agents will be wearing masks and gloves at airports. Passengers won't hand them boarding passes anymore, but place them over a reader instead. Then show it to the agent. If an item in yours to be screened further, you would remove it from the bag rather than the agent. And things like belts, wallets, and phones will be screened inside carry-on bags instead of...
Stocks lost ground today. The Dow fell 101 points. NASDAQ dropped 90. This is CBS News.
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today.
It's 2:03 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. Just a gorgeous afternoon, sunny and warmer. It's going to get downright hot inland this week. Good afternoon. I'm Patty Rising along with Jeff Bell. Here's what's happening.
Patty, efforts are underway to create a community health and business engagement team in Santa Clara County to rural communities. KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports from San Jose, where some people don't think restrictions are being eased quickly enough as the county enters phase 2.
At the corner of First and Heading, not far from the Santa Clara County building, a mask-free group called Sons of Liberty waves large American flags and holds signs reading "Opens" and "Chavez destroys jobs." Board of Supervisors President Cindy Chavez, meanwhile, is looking to establish a team of 200 to do outreach about health orders and coverings.
Talk to small businesses, talk to neighborhood leaders to be able to do what's really a face-to-face, socially distanced mechanism about how to protect themselves, their businesses, and their families.
Dolores Alvarado with Community Health Partnership says the grassroots approach has been very effective in communities about everything from breast cancer to birth control.
Do some very targeted education to communities that are currently being impacted the hardest, the poor communities.
In East San Jose, it's easy to find a car wash with workers not wearing masks. In San Jose, Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
Public safety officials are reminding everyone about social distancing rules as we head into the popular Memorial Day weekend.
This is Matt Bigler at Ocean Beach in San, where Kristen Hogan with the SF Emergency Management Department urged everyone to visit their local beaches and parks this Memorial Day weekend as long as they wear face covering, stay away from other people.
So please continue staying the course. Keep your physical distance, but enjoy the weather, enjoy the outdoor space, but be safe.
Enforcement of social distancing through education, but Jonathan Baxter with the San Francisco Fire Department says they will be monitoring beaches to make sure they don't get too crowded, like they did in Southern California.
We did see a couple of days where we had quite a few people out here, and we deployed a task force of sheriffs, park rangers, police officers, deputies, disaster service workers to simply go out and remind people, handing out face masks.
Face coverings are required for adults and recommended for children under 12. They'll say if you need a car, it's too far. They encourage folks to bike or walk to their local parks. At Ocean Beach in San Francisco, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
So is closing 13 more streets to through traffic this week in an effort to increase space for residents to walk, run, skate, and cycle. while maintaining good social distancing. As SF Gate reports, the first phase of the Slow Streets program that started last month included 20 miles of streets that were traffic. In this latest phase, 13 new corridors are being converted into slow streets. When completed, the city will have about 34 miles closed to through. And keep it tuned to KCBS. We're going to have more on this story with San Francisco Chronicle columnist Heather Knight. She has championed the idea. She's going to join Jeff and I coming 20 this afternoon. After a 7-month-long investigation, 4 suspects have been arrested in connection with a kidnap and murder of a Silicon Valley tech. More from our own Jennifer Hodges.
All 4 men who range in age from 19 to 23 are being charged with kidnapping, murder, and robbery. 50-year-old Tushar Atre, he was the founder of AtreNet and a cannabis manufacturing company. He was kidnapped in the middle of the night from his home in Santa Cruz and later found shot dead in his car. Santa Cruz County Sheriff Jim Hart.
This case took vigilance. It took resilience. We up against a lot of closed doors.
Lieutenant Brian Cleveland says the motive was robbery.
This was a senseless crime. This is something that where there's really no explanation. Wanted monetary gain and took advantage of the situation.
3,000 hours were put in and 62 search warrants were issued for the incident. In Santa Cruz County, Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Jim Taylor. Nursing home where a resident died of COVID-19 hit with death lawsuit.
KCBS News Time 2:08 as we bid good afternoon to our traffic expert, Kim Vestal. Hello, Kim.
Who's that? Oh, that's me.
That's you.
That's you. Hi, Jeff and Patty. All right, let's get right to it because we've got some bumper-to-bumper traffic on Highway 17. And no, they're not all headed to the beach. Well, I don't know, maybe a few people are headed to the beach because it's gorgeous outside, as you said. But we have landscaping work really jamming up the ride southbound out of Los Gatos, starting right at Highway 9, according to the KCBS phone force. This update brought to you by the UPS Store. Landscaping, it's part of the ongoing Fire Safe 17 project. In fact, you can plan your trips up and down 17 by checking project status site. Just go to firesafe17.com. You can avoid a lot of the delay that we're looking at the moment. South Bay freeways otherwise are in great shape. No other big road work in that area. We do have some backup in Sunnyvale because of some construction eastbound 237 at the Lawrence Expressway off-ramp. That is going to be closed for the remainder of the hour. And in Walnut Creek, I do see brake lights again, southbound 680 because of construction from South Main to Livorno. 2 left lanes are blocked there. They should be out of the way by 6 o'clock, if not a little bit earlier there. No delays on the Bay Bridge. Altamont Pass looking better eastbound. Some major problems earlier in the day gone. Nothing happening. Fingers crossed. At the moment, things are far from business as usual, but the UPS Store wants you to know they're open and ready to help your small way they can during these difficult times. Visit the upsstore.com for locations and hours. Next update 2:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
It's out sunny and warmer. We are seeing highs into the low 80s in the inland valleys and then upper 60s, low 70s near the bay, low 60s at the. And it is a little breezy near the water, though, so watch for that. Sunny and breezy again tomorrow, and then we need to talk about the big warm up for the weekend. Mid 90s now, we're saying on Monday. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
This crisis has changed almost everything, but not our resolve. We've pulled together, worked hard to keep each other safe. We've flattened the curve and are starting to reopen our communities. We can be love and help Californians get back on their feet. For our families and our communities, let's stay the course and stop. Visit covid19.ca.gov.
Are you efficient at wasting money? Well, that's exactly what you're doing by installing a new furnace or air conditioner if your attic's not properly insulated. You need to check out Eagle Shield High Performance Insulation. You see, heat rises. 80% of your home's heat escapes through the ceiling. Whether it's 20 degrees outside, Eagle Shield will keep you comfortable inside by reflecting 90% of the heat back in during the winter. And just as important, creates a barrier the heat in the summer. Eagle Shield keeps you comfortable and saves you money. Right now, the first 50 callers get a space-age water heater blanket worth $175, plus CBS get 25% off. Folks, it's affordable and it works. Call them now, 800-88-EAGLE. That's 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453.
Eagle Shield.
Eagle has landed.
Call 1-888-EAGLE.
Fremont Bank. We're not your average clients get lost in the shuffle type bank, or your average let me reach out to our corporate office in New York type bank. Nope. Fremont Bank is your average, you get all the attention and security you deserve in one place type bank. I think it's time you switch to a bank that's just your type. Fremont Bank. FremontBank.com.
KCBS News Time 2:12, sponsored by Star One Credit Union. Come get the Star treatment at Star One.
The nursing home resident who died of COVID-19 is now filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the facility. KCBS's Jim Taylor has the story.
By far, that most fatalities from the coronavirus occur in nursing homes. This is the story of one of them, Ricardo Saldana.
He loved his family. He came to this with a better future.
As Jackie Saldana, eldest member of Ricardo Saldana, he was living at the Glen Haven Nursing Home in Glendale when he died this year.
The wrongful death and gross and reckless neglect of Ricardo Saldana.
Family attorney Scott Glovsky filing the wrongful death suit on behalf.
The Saldana family's trust was betrayed by Glen Haven. They betrayed the trust by first not allowing their staff to wear masks. They specifically refused to allow their staff to wear personal protective equipment.
Glovsky says several other residents have also died of COVID, and this wrongful death lawsuit blames the nursing home. In a statement to KCBS, Glen Haven says it is barred by law from commenting on the suit. KCBS.
KCBS News Time 2:13. NFL is considering some rules changes. Kevin's going to explain in 2 minutes.
Congratulations. You can breathe a sigh of relief. You qualified for the Paycheck Protection Program known as the PPP, a forgivable loan to cover payroll costs, mortgage interest, and more during this difficult time. This loan is a lifeline for you and your company, but beware, it needs to be administered and used properly, or you could wind up needing to pay it back. You must maintain headcounts and payrolls at pre-pandemic levels and use the loan for permitted expenses for loan forgiveness. You must have proper document. You'll need to keep track of eligible expenses. It is critical that you partner with an accounting firm to guide you through the process and, if needed, help you with your record keeping to ensure your loan is forgiven. Malari's Tax and Accounting is here to help. To schedule a time with a consultant, visit MalariTax.com. That's LLARI Tax.com. MALLARI Tax.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen. The sudden downturn of the U.S. economy, there's never been a better time to check your eligibility for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your IRS tax. Call our special hotline number and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs green-lighted by the IRS for the summer of 2020. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic and stop collections immediately. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-785-7188. That's 800-785-7188. Check your eligible debt savings today. Call 800-785-7188 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Coming up on KCBS, the Oscars are way off. Is there a chance the awards won't be given out? We are going to talk to a columnist with Variety in about 5 minutes who says it's being discussed. KCBS News Time 2:15.
All right, let's bring in Kevin the Rat to the mix here. Kev, you've got word of some possible rules changes for football.
Yeah, the NFL changed to the onside kick rule. Instead of a kickoff after a score late in the fourth quarter, a team would have the option to attempt a fourth play from its own 25-yard line. I kind of like that. I think that's interesting, and I think the players might like that as well. We'll experiment with adding a booth umpire and a tech advisor to help with instant replay calls. The owners on these proposals at the upcoming league meeting via video conference call on May 28th. The Tampa Bay Rays are going to open up Tropicana Field and mostly individual workouts beginning on Monday. Players will be limited to using the field for playing catch, running, and other cardio and some light weight work in the locker room, I guess. They won't be allowed to throw off the mounds, hitting the batting cages or going to the or clubhouse. Those restrictions could be loosened in the next few weeks. In boxing, that is set to return in June. Promoter Bob Arum says he plans to stage a card of 5 fights on June 9th at the MGM Grand, the first of a series of 2 months at the Las Vegas Hotel. No fans will be allowed. Arum said fighters and everyone else will be tested at least twice a week during fight week for the coronavirus. At the sports desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
You can tell when something just sounds wrong. Like when you go to the mechanic and hear this.
Pass me the torque wrench. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
Or when you get a TV installed and hear this.
Be able to do this without a 40-ton wrecking ball.
Yeah, that sounds all kinds of wrong. And you know what else sounds really wrong? That the interest savings with the largest banks isn't earning you much at all. Especially when you consider that with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, your money could be earning much more interest, which sounds like this. But hey, if somehow that doesn't sound right to you, well, at the very least, I have a mechanic I can recommend. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
What is the state of California?
Going to local decision about the start of school.
I'm KCBS political reporter Doug Sovereign. Join us every weekday afternoon for a closer look at the policies and the conversation in California.
Everything is on the table when you have a $54 billion hole.
Monday through Friday, right here on the Bay Area's #1 news station.
Doug is absolutely right.
The state of California, 3:30 p.m. weekdays right here on KCBS and KCBSradio.com.
Time 2:18. We've got some lovely weather ahead, and Patty's going to walk us through that in the forecast. But first, traffic news, not always so lovely. Kim Vestal, you want to start things fast?
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. After some double trouble early in the day, big rig problems, really jammed up the right eastbound, a couple of different events. And now we've got no events. We just have a little slow patch there, slow in stretches for the eastbound ride, leaving Livermore. This update brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Brake lights a little bit past Greenville Road, leaving Livermore, and you'll stay under the limit off and on until you get up to Grant Line, and then it opens up nicely. Some minor eastbound 205 and stretches through Tracy between North Tracy Boulevard and MacArthur, but just minor delays there. No backup at the Dublin interchange, and you ride through the San Ramon Valley on 680, bogs down a bit because of road work south of Walnut Creek, southbound 680 between South Main and Livorno directions. Otherwise, traffic in Contra Costa County looks okay, and in Orinda, we have road work again, just ongoing road work there day after day. This time, both directions in spurts between Orinda and Wilder Road, 2 left lanes. Right now, I hardly see any backup at all, so maybe they're having a lunch break. I don't know. Maybe they're done. That'd be nice. Want the same internet, but more privacy? DuckDuckGo's got you covered. They'll help millions of people like you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified. Next update 2:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
It is sunny, warm all around the Bay Area, a little bit breezy near the coast and Bay. Tomorrow's going to look a lot like today, sunny and breezy. Highs upper 70s, low 80s inland, up 70s near the Bay. But boy, we need to talk about the warming for the holiday weekend. On Saturday, inland highs are going to be into the 80s on Sunday, into the low 90s inland, and now we're saying that it'll hit the mid-90s inland on Memorial Day and get even hotter on Tuesday. Together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 2:21.
The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science considering postponing the 2021 Oscars. This according to a new report in Variety. The ceremony would be the latest added to a long list of heavyweight events canceled because of the coronavirus pandemic. Elizabeth Wagmeister is senior correspondent at Variety, and she joins us now live on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline. We're getting used to hearing about this being postponed or canceled and that being postponed or canceled, but this is set for February 2021. That's a long time away.
It is a long time away. But even 9 months in the future, the Academy and the industry, they have to really consider all possibilities. Because right now, nobody knows what the world is going to look like in February of 2021. To your point, it is ways away. This is not confirmed right now, the date, which is February 28th, 2021. It does remain unchanged. What we have uncovered at Variety is that they can be postponed, and that right now the Academy is considering many different options just in reaction to the coronavirus, which of course has shut down most all industries and certainly Hollywood.
Elizabeth, the postponement, if it did occur, would it be out of for a large gathering, right? Too many people too close together? Or is it because the nature of the movie business has been upended, releases, and the competitive field has changed? Or is it a combination of both?
It is a combination of both. These are all factors that have to be considered with a event that is, of this stature. So to your point, bringing together thousands of people for the Oscars, I am there most every year covering, and the Dolby Los Angeles holds over 3,000 people. That is just in the actual room. Then you have hundreds more on the red carpet and backstage with work publicists. So you do have the concern of a large gathering and social distancing, and who knows what social distancing measures will be taken 9 months from now. But to your point, big issue here is that movie theaters are closed. Releases are being postponed. Usually there is a deadline that is a few months before the Oscar when the movies have to be submitted for consideration for a nomination. Right now, there are not many movies that can be considered, and nobody knows movies will be released. Of course, movie theaters across the country are closed other than a few brick-and-mortar movie theaters, which aren't even showing new releases.
And quickly, before we let you go, Elizabeth, tell us about how the eligibility requirements have changed already.
Yes, so there has been this big, kind of contentious battle over the past streaming has come up. Netflix, they have kind of butted heads, I guess, with the Academy because the Academy has said you need to have a release to be eligible for an Oscar. So before coronavirus, the rule for eligibility was you do have to be in a theater for 7 days at least with the fun. Well, now the Academy, they are washing that, but there is a catch. Even though you do not have to be in a theater because, of course, theaters are closed right now, the original plan from the studio had to be that the film originally was going to have a theatrical release. Of course, this is a direct response to many choosing to release all of their films on home entertainment and digitally.
Well, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. Elizabeth Wagmeister is senior correspondent at Variety. Checking in on Wall Street losses today, here's Jason Brooks.
Facebook and Amazon have hit record highs this week, and big tech stocks have led the market rally since the nadir of the pandemic sell-off in late March. But the good times may not M&A deals involving big tech firms, pointing out Facebook's recent purchase of Giphy. They head into record territory today, but overall the stock market pulled back. The Dow lost 101 points to 24,474. NASDAQ down 90 points.
Attention investors. Here is in 1927-08, now again in 2020. The market has lost over trillions of dollars in value. At Riverfront Brokerage, our investors haven't lost a dime. Because investments are protected in an asset class that has been around for over 100 years and will value through all the market losses and world events. Now, as in the past, are expecting a 60% yield at maturity. Learn more about this opportunity. Call Riverfront Brokerage today at 877-484-24. Don't lose what you've worked so hard for. Investors have the option of investing using a cash, self-directed IRA, or 401ks. Call Riverfront Brokerage and get your free investor's guide to protect retirement capital. That's 877-484-2424. Riverfront Brokerage is not a United States security dealer or broker or U.S. investment advisor, offer to sell, or a solicitation of any other to buy any securities.
I'm sure we all agree that few of us have ever experienced the health challenges we are facing today. Joe Starkey here. Hey, you're at home a lot. That means you've had more time to think about how to safeguard it. Pacific Coast Termite has treated over 90,000 homes, including mine, and they too. They are open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and their service professionals are totally up to the minute on all social distancing and health. Your safety is our top priority, and our staff is always uniformed, clean, and polite. The recent wet weather has also brought swarming season with it, so ideal time to call for a free inspection. Pacifico's Termite uses orange oil, so you don't have to move out or even bag your food. We're family owned and operated with always great. Call now and get 10% off all termite treatments. Have any rodents? Oh, yikes. I did, and Pacifico's Termite solved that problem too. Call them at 800-4342 or pacificostermite.com.
KCBS News Time 2:28. We pick up where we left off on the traffic watch. San Francisco, Kim.
Where conditions don't look so bad if you are traveling on northbound 101, perhaps to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. There is right before the Central Freeway split, and traffic is definitely under the limit as you continue on the eastbound 80 Skyway. But traffic lower deck and the upper deck of the Bay Bridge light and at the limit. No accidents, no road work, so easy breezy there. If you're headed to the East Shore Freeway, we see is slow and go conditions eastbound Interstate 80 between Gilman and Carlson right now, and the KCBS Waze Force says that's roadwork. Update at 2:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunny and breezy near the coast and bay, and definitely warmer than yesterday. Tomorrow's going to look a lot, and then a really big temperature bump up for the weekend all the way through Memorial Day, actually through Tuesday. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
Healthy family activity by Stanford Children's Health.
Challenge your kids to build a really fun roller coaster at home. All you need is unused cardboard, poster board, or paper towel tubes and some tape to then use some popsicle sticks, pencils, blocks, or even Legos to support your track and make it rise and fall. Last, place a marble at the top of your track and let it go.
For your child needs, contact a Stanford pediatrician at any of our 25 pediatric offices across the Bay Area. Stanford Children's Health.
With most money market accounts, you're limbo for a long time, and the interest rate is kind of low. But the money market savings account from Star One Credit Union pays about 10 times the national average. Plus, check it out at star1.org.
Hi, this is Stephanie from Safeway. Memorial Day is the kickoff to summer, and summer is all about grilling and fresh local produce. And kicking off the season this week with Coca-Cola 7-Up or Pepsi. Selected sizes and varieties, 4 for $9.88. Limit 1 offer per household. Sweet California grown corns and USDA Choice Beef New York Strip Steak. Value pack $4.99 per pound. Wishing you a healthy and happy holiday. This is Stephanie from Safeway, and we'll see you soon. Soda Sugar Tax Stores.
News that matters to you around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 9 and AM 740. KCBS.
Coming up on KCBS, many state parks reopen their parking lots right before the busy weekend. Good afternoon. I'm Patty Rising in our San Francisco studios, along with Jeff Bell in his home studio in Marin.
CBS News Update. Continuing his battleground states, President Trump visited a Ford plant in Ypsilanti, Michigan, that's converted to manufacturing masks and ventilators, boasting about his response to the pandemic.
The federal government has sent 11 million pieces of personal protective equipment to Michigan and 1,720 heads built right here in Detroit.
He talked about another stimulus package and the need for people to return to houses of worship.
We're going to open our churches again. I think she put something out very soon. Spoke to them today. I think they're going to put something out very soon. We've got to open our churches. People want to go in.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo relaxing restrictions in that area.
We're working with religious institutions. Right now, they can have up to 10 people with strict social guidelines.
CBS News Update, I'm Pam Coulter.
KCBS News Time, 2:32. Our Newswatch continues.
The ranks of the unemployed continue to almost 39 million Americans filing claims since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. KCBS reporter Doug Sovereign says many Californians who weren't eligible for additional benefits may not even realize that they can file a claim.
Something approaching 2 million Californians who work for themselves or own their own business or are independent qualify for unemployment now under the new Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA program, one of the many new acronyms created by Congress.
This is a group of people that were eligible for unemployment insurance benefits before and sort of became newly eligible under expanded benefits as a part of the CARES Act.
Dante D'Antonio, an economist with Moody's, says when it comes to filing for unemployment, it's a brave new world. Uber or Lyft drivers, freelancers, self-employed artists. There could be 20 million Americans who qualify for this. Hard to count.
A lot of states have had issues in getting this program off the ground, and even today there's only 35 states that are reporting being able to process these PUA claims. And so a lot of these, there's almost now 5 million workers that have filed under PUA over the last 4 weeks, but a lot of these are probably workers who were impacted earlier on in the crisis and just were only now able to file those claims.
You can get up to 39 weeks of benefits retroactive to February and running through the end of this year. Doug Sovereign, KCBS.
There's been a steep decline in travel since the COVID-19 pandemic swept the globe. The Oakland International Airport reports it experienced a 96% decline in passenger traffic in April compared with last year. Last month, only about 46,000 passengers came through the airport compared to more than 1.1 million. More people are dying from fentanyl overdoses in Santa Clara County. KCBS reporter Melissa Colross has more on the increase in deaths and how responding to it.
The increase is significant. Last year, a total of 29 people died from the powerful synthetic opioid fentanyl in Santa Clara County. And this year,
we have so far from January till May, comparing it to previous year, January of 2019 to May of 2019, we only had 7.
Wiz Shamel is the county's division director for addiction medicine services. She says that 10 of the 19 deaths reported so far this year have been young people ages 16 to 20. Parwiz Shamel says Santa Clara County has expanded substance use treatment services for young people and is offering naloxone, also known as Narcan, a drug that can reverse of opioid overdoses.
Narcan will be available for anybody in Santa Clara County, and people could call it out of clinics and get it for free.
The county free training on how to use Narcan. Melissa Colross, KCBS.
The Atlantic is the latest media organization to let employees go during the pandemic. It reports the company announced that it's laying off 68 staffers, representing 17% of total employees. The cutbacks affect mainly Atlantic sales and editorial staff. The company says that it signed up 90,000 new subscribers since March, but the gains weren't enough to offset the sudden revenue. KCBS News Time 2:35. In less than 3 minutes, we are going to check out an accident on Highway 152 east of Gilroy, but right now, Dave Ross.
In defense of sheep. This is Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network, presented by Capital One Bank. It was another act of anti-mask defiance, and it happened at a Costco. A shopper named Keith deliberately unmasked himself and was stopped by a Costco employee.
I work for Costco, and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy.
I woke up in a free country.
But so did the Costco employee, who politely exercised his right to take Keith's cart. Keith posted the video, but he got so many comments, he posted another video to explain why he was a hero.
I've got every right to not wear a mask anywhere, because this isn't about wearing a mask, this is about control. And I'm not the sheep, y'all are the sheeps, every single one of you.
And my message to Keith is, I don't care about your beef with Costco, but I am sick and tired of people up on sheep. You assume sheep flock together because they're dumb. They flock together to protect themselves from predators. I'm sure they'd carry Glocks if they had opposable thumbs, but God gives you. And speaking of God, guess what animal the Bible compares the chosen people to? Yeah, so lay off the sheep. Plus, you shop at Costco. That doesn't make it. Costco should be the one place where the sheep can safely graze once they bring the free samples back. Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network.
Settle for average. With Capital One, you can open a new savings account with a rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
At Prime Mail Medical, they understand how frustrating it can be to experience difficulties in your intimate life. Their mission is to provide you the medical care you need for improved performance.
At Prime Mail Medical, we have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T, and we have a success rate. Most impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
That's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Mail Medical.
We offer a variety of treatments, including high lozenges, ultrasound-based shockwave therapy, and injectable therapies. We can also treat testosterone issues when needed.
Prime Mail Medical in the East Bay and Get your customized evaluation for just $99, which covers a full year of free visits, including a PSA test, testosterone test, and ultrasound. Now, 415-761-4037 or go to primemailmedical.com. That's 415-761-4037.
Off to the Pacheco Pass for the latest installment of KCBS Traffic. Kim, what's happening there?
We've got an injury accident backing up the westbound between Highway 5 and Gilroy. So this would be in the direction headed towards Gilroy. The crash is after Dinosaur Point. So as you come down approaching Casa de Fruta. Everyone knows where that is. Only the right lane is open, so this is again westbound. Now, because we're coming up on a holiday weekend, normal Memorial Day weekend because of the pandemic and shelter in place, but some people will be traveling and perhaps headed eastbound out of Gilroy to I-5. No delays in direction. Now, I'm also looking at a ride between Gilroy and San Jose on 101. No delays, no accidents, no road work, but we do have a jam up on Highway southbound headed into the Santa Cruz Mountains, and this is because of the Fire Safe 17 landscaping project. It's on and off the brakes from Highway 9 all of Lexington Reservoir, and then it's wide open after that. Should be out of the way probably within the hour, give or take. Next update at 2:48 on the CBS.
Warmer weather. We have warmer weather coming to the Bay Area. Well, it's already here. We have warmer weather all the way through Tuesday. Today it warmed up from yesterday. 70s near the Bay, upper 70s to low 80s inland. It is going to be the same tomorrow. Sunny and breezy, temperatures in the same range. Then it really starts to heat up on Saturday. On Memorial Day, we're now saying mid-90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
State Farm understands where all live. Many of our customers currently facing financial burdens. Call your State Farm agent or go to statefarm.com because we're here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Securities and Advisory Service, United Planners Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Fitucci and Associates and United Planners are not affiliated.
How's this wild ride on Wall Street affecting your retirement? If you're retired or nearing retirement, your concern is making sure your savings can last a lifetime. Are you ready to trade volatility for stability? Then you should find out about the strategies that can help provide you a lifetime of steady income. This is information you need now, and you can get it with a free one-on-one virtual meeting or Pat Fitucci or one of his team from don'tinvestandforget.com. You don't have to wait for an office appointment. You can schedule a call with Pat from the comfort and learn about the income strategies designed to help you enjoy a more financially secure retirement. It's free and there's no obligation. Just call 888-PLAN. Go to don'tinvestandforget.com. That's 888-PLAN-WISE. Or go to don'tinvestandforget.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Patagotown as the Hair Doc. I've been treating men and women, both medically and with hair transplants, since 1974 at my 2001 Union Street office. I am announcing the addition of a new X-Transplant robot to my practice, and I'm offering a discount to those who qualify for the procedure. For more information, go to hairdoc.com. That is hair.com. Or call the office at 922-3344 for an appointment. I've been a Diamond Certified provider for over 10 years.
At Barron's, we look forward to seeing you again. Hi, this is Ronnie Heller with my daughters Kaylee and Nicole.
We've been a part of so many special moments, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and so much more.
That's what matters most, because while a diamond will last forever,
it's our friends and family that we cherish the most.
We look forward to welcoming you back to Barron's Sienda Crossings. Barron's, a legacy of elegance.
I feel like I'm being haunted by a pair of headphones. There's a creepy ad for headphones I looked at one time. I hate feeling like I'm being watched. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy. Go.
KCBS News Time 2:42.
A number of parking lots have reopened in California state parks. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges says in some areas not been waiting to get the green light.
Parking lots at 27 California state parks have reopened, but along the coast, the lots are still closed in Santa Cruz County. Lately, a number of people have been moving the barriers, parking at will. Residents along Westcliff Drive weigh in.
The city wants to recoup some money. I mean, write them in parking lots or whatever, do that.
There are barriers there. The barriers are for a reason. The rules are there for a reason. So, we just have to follow the rules.
Yeah, they should get a ticket. They should get a parking violation.
City and county officials say it's all about discouraging visitors. Currently, 280 state parks closed their lots for that reason. Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
California power regulators have unexpectedly delayed a key vote on Pacific Gas and getting out of bankruptcy. Today's delay came after one of the utility's most outspoken critics sent an improper email attacking a proposal for paying wildfire survivors. Survivor Will Abrams says he didn't think he was doing anything wrong because his email didn't include any commentary that hadn't already been entered into the record. California's Public Utilities Commission president set May 28th for a vote on PG&E's $58 billion plan. One of the world's leading aid agencies is to phase out its offices in 18 countries. That's because of the financial strain caused by the pandemic. Nearly 100 jobs are being threatened. The company says in a statement that it had to accelerate changes as a result of the pandemic. KCBS News Time 2:44. Major League Baseball players respond to the owner's proposal to keeping them safe during the pandemic. Kevin will explain in a minute.
We hear the word essential a lot lately, and it's a word that's new meaning. Products that we used to take for granted, soup, soap, disinfectants, are actually essential. The reality is that right now, millions of Americans don't essential things they so desperately need. So, Unilever is donating products like Dove and Best Foods to Feeding America and Direct Relief. It's part of Unilever's service on May 21st, and they invite you to join them. Get involved at weareunitedforamerica.com.
Due to the economic downturn, RW Garage Door's trusted garage door company is slashing prices on their handcrafted modern wood, modern glass, and modern steel garage doors for as low as $24.99 install. RW is including a LiftMaster battery backup motor with every purchase. Increase home value and maximize curb appeal today with no interest financing on approved credit. Call the Door 808, that's 877-DOOR-808, or visit moderngaragedoors.com.
KCBS News Time 2:45.
And coming up on KCBS, he took the skills that people already had and turned them into an army making protective gear for frontline workers. In 5 minutes, we'll tell you more about the latest difference maker.
Now we need to talk a little baseball. We have Kevin the Rat on the KCBS Sports Line.
Yeah, the Baseball Players Association has given management a response to a 67-page proposed set of protocols for the season to be played during this coronavirus pandemic. The union says it addressed protect for high-risk players, access to pre- and post-game therapies, testing frequency, protocols for positive tests, in-stadium medical personnel, and sanitization procedures. One of the issues the players don't like is the idea of having to arrive at the ball in uniform. MLB hopes to start the season by early July, and next on the agenda is baseball's economic proposal. If the owners ask for a 50-50 split in revenue, the players are likely to shoot that down. They want to receive their salaries prorated in this shortened desk. Kevin Radich, KCBS.
Since 1950, Clark Pest Control has been the Bay Area's trusted source for pest control, offering a disinfecting service for COVID-19 with free contactless inspections and guaranteed results. Call 1-800-WE-NEED-YOU or visit clarkpest.com.
Is committed to the health and safety of our customers during this unprecedented time, which is why we're offering new services for a safe shopping and purchasing experience. If you are out for a new vehicle, enjoy 0% APR limited term financing for up to 72 months on select 2020 models. Excludes taxes, title, and fees due at signing 30th. Contact your Bay Area Land Rover retailer or call 1-800-FIND-4WD for details. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Between pollution and all the other nasty stuff in the air these days, isn't it time to make good nasal hygiene your new normal? Think about it. You wouldn't go a day without washing your hands, but what about your nose, the body's air filter? Cleaning your nose with nasal irrigation is clinically proven to relieve congestion caused by allergies and flu without drugs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nasal irrigator with powered suction. Navage is the easy-to-use alternative to pills and prescriptions. Navage cleans your nose naturally by flushing out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and worse. Here's my promise to you, Navage. If it doesn't relieve congestion and help you breathe better and feel healthier, just return it for a full, no questions asked refund. Over 1 million sold, online or in stores at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E.
KCBS traffic troubles in Vallejo. Let's get the very latest from Kim Vestal.
We've got a new accident westbound to Interstate Vallejo. This update is brought to you by Junk King. It does not appear to be a big deal, at least not at the moment. Not impacting traffic on the freeway itself. The accident Tennessee on-ramp to westbound Interstate 80. So really traffic is getting through just fine. Earlier road work headed into Richmond on East 80. That's out of the way. But I do see some brake lights now in Berkeley, eastbound Interstate 80. Nothing official from Highway Patrol yet, but brake lights, Waze Force says there's an incident before University Avenue in the eastbound direction. So we'll keep a watch on that. And I'm also looking at traffic slow going getting out of San Francisco to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. In fact, that backup continues to grow. If you're headed northbound on 101, it extends almost to Cesar Chavez, really slows before and after the Central Freeway. But there are no delays in either direction on the span itself. That would be the Bay Bridge. No delays on the Golden Gate Bridge either. And if you're coming or going from the city on 280, that looks like a very nice ride. Stop this spread of unwanted clutter by dismantling all the junk you've accumulated over the years. Let Junking haul it away. Free virtual estimates, 100% touchless pickup, no contact payments. 888-JUNK, 888-888-5865. Mention curbside for 15% off your next service. And your next update, 2:58 on the CBS.
Let's talk about the 6-day Bay Area weather forecast. It's got really warm weather in it. Today, it's a little bit warmer, breezy by the coast and bay. Low 80s inland. Tomorrow will be like today. Then we'll see a little bit more warming on Saturday. Then Sunday, inland highs into the low 90s, mid-90s inland on Memorial Day, mid to upper 70s near the bay, and upper 60s at the coast, and then even hotter on Tuesday. Traffic and weather together on News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 2:51.
Tom Lippy and Eric Brooks editing this afternoon. KCBS's Bay Area heroes who are working to keep us safe during this coronavirus pandemic. And in this week's KCBS Difference Makers, reporter Carrie Hudasek spoke to an East Bay who is leading an effort to get more personal protective equipment into the hands of frontline workers.
Danny Beasley of Idea Builder Labs has pulled together a team of more than 2 volunteers in Alameda to produce free PPE for those who need it most during the coronavirus pandemic.
There's no time to sit on the sidelines like we need.
As local designers have donated close to 10,000 yards of fabric to create cloth masks and isolation gowns. Coca-Cola also sent them bulk that they've been able to convert into more than 100,000 face shields for frontline workers.
There was some scares happening in nursing homes. When we saw that, we started redirecting into nursing homes, but we've also been now servicing homeless shelters. We've been putting masks on police officers.
Free mask-making kits are also being shipped out daily.
They're not masks, at least initially. We're producing those in scale. And then we're distributing that to people at home with sewing machines that are sewing up the masks, and then we're recollecting them, bringing them back, quality control, and a final sanitizing, and then packing and getting out.
With all the donations, Beasley has been able to create a few jobs for otherwise furloughed workers.
This is kind of an extension of my daily work, is helping to put people to work to apply skills that they either had ahead of time or they're learning on. We've got about 10 people that we're paying this week.
In addition to giving people a second chance, he's also helping people around the world. He's received requests for face masks as far as China, those who don't have easy access to the materials.
If we can get money in the pockets of people who need it, if we can put masks on the people who need it, and we can do that at zero cost to them as well, we're getting that kind of win-win scenario.
Danny Beasley, making a difference. Carrie Hudasek, Case.
By the way, if you know someone who is working to create positive change in his or her community and would like to nominate him or her for our KCBS Difference Makers series, call Difference Makers at kcbsradio.com.
Well, if you are on the peninsula, have some spare space in your yard, and don't mind a team of volunteer gardeners showing up regularly, this story may be for you. KCBS reporter Tim Ryan tells us about the nonprofit Each Green Corner and how they're growing vegetables one time.
Some volunteers adopt or raise veggies from seeds. Others clear parcels, build raised beds, plant, water, tend, and actually harvest. The fruits of this labor, explains Each Green Corner founder Sandy Nierenberg, will be the elderly and low income.
We really have seen an increase in awareness of the issues of food security, access to food, and also of how much space people actually have when they look around and their own yards that maybe aren't being used in ways that are useful.
Gillian Belk of Millbrae is a microbiologist volunteering to haul soil.
I am one of the millions of recently unemployed Americans, so I found myself with a lot of time on my hands. And so one of the things I was doing is building a garden in my boyfriend's backyard.
She heard about this profit, and now she's building them elsewhere. In San Carlos, Tim Ryan, KCBS.
Moving on to the Money Watch, Jason, stocks fell today.
Netflix doesn't want to carry inactive subscribers. The Los Gatos company says it's going to ask its inactive members to confirm their it will be canceled. Netflix says in the statement that it doesn't want people to experience that sinking feeling when you realize you signed up for something but haven't used it in ages. But he will pose the question to anyone who hasn't watched anything on the service for a year since they joined Netflix. A lack of confirmation will mean an automatic cancellation. While the Netflix's all-important subscriber number, the company says inactive accounts represent less than half of 1% of its overall member base. Still, that added stock Netflix shares down 2.5%. Overall, the market moved lower today. The Dow dropped 101 points to 24,474, lost 90 points to 9284. The S&P lower by 23 points to 2948. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
You outlive your money. Will your savings or investments earn you enough to retire? If you're only getting 2 to 3% return on your money market CD or bond fund, chances are they won't. But now to 12% return with no market risk. It's how smart investors have been earning double-digit returns for years. Call Reliant Capital, 800-788-1000. It's one of the best-kept investment secrets, and it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Call for your free brochure, 800-788-1000.
Did you get by the 08 recession? If so, the next one's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're fed up with getting only 2 to 3% return on your CD, money market, or bond fund, earn 10 to 12% with no market risk of any kind, call 800-788-1000. Reliant Capital. They'll explain how you can get the returns Warren Buffett's been earning, 10 to 12%, and it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Reliant Capital. Call 800-788-1000 for your free brochure.
You don't have to put up project any longer. Hi, it's Kevin Radich. I like hiring local, which is why I go with the guys at CertaPro Painters. They're independently owned and operated, and their work is immaculate. They're doing free remote estimates, so this is a great time to get on their schedule for your exterior or interior paint job. Go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're taking all precautions to keep you and the painting team safe. That's CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
License number 890529.
Dell Technologies has special business savings right now to help you office everywhere and stay productive. Save up to 45% on desktops, laptops, and do-it-all servers with Intel Core processors. Upgrade to new modern Windows 10 and save on essential electronics. All with free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor. Find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
Attention all authors. Is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. We handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Top of the hour news, we have KCBS traffic at 258 off to Antioch. Kim Vestal.
The Chilton Auto Body collision cam, Jeff, has just spotted an injury accident backing up the ride on westbound Highway 4, and this happened just after Hillcrest Avenue. At the moment, the 3 right lanes, so there's a lot of action there working to move that and clear that, and traffic is stacking up again, impacting traffic in the westbound direction, also slightly in the eastbound direction. No other problems at the moment in and around Contra Costa County. Well, we do have some delays Walnut Creek, south of the Walnut Creek interchange because of road work 680 between South Main and Livorno. That's got traffic slow in stretches in both the northbound and southbound direction. And the phone force helping us out with injury crash on Pacheco Pass, westbound 152, thanks to Rowena. She said that left lane is blocked just west of Dinosaur Point. As you come down the hill toward pickup truck is facing the wrong way. A lot of activity there in the westbound direction. Next update at 3:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
It's a sunny afternoon, a little breezy near the coast and bay. Tomorrow's going to look a lot like today, and then it's really going to warm up starting on Saturday. By Sunday, inland highs into the mid-90s inland on Memorial Day. Traffic and weather together on KCBS. It is Thursday, May 21st, 2020, coming up on KCBS.
He was elderly. He was vulnerable. He died of COVID-19 in a nursing home. Now a wrongful death lawsuit.
This is Matt Bigler. Folks are encouraged each for Memorial Day weekend as long as they don't drive.
If you need a car, it's too far.
Georgia authorities have arrested a man who filmed the fatal shooting of Ahmed on felony murder charges.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, Cisco, Oakland, San Jose, a radio.com station.
3 o'clock.
This is on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
I'm Pam Coulter in Washington. There are new developments in this morning's shooting at the Corpus Christi, Texas Naval Air Station. The FBI now believes it was terror-related, and Special Agent Leah Greaves says they're looking for another person who may have been involved.
The southeast, the scene is still being processed. We may have a potential second related person of interest at large in the community. Urge the public to remain calm, and if you see something, say something.
One sailor was wounded before security forces shot and killed the gunman. There's been a third arrest in the fatal shooting of a black jogger in Georgia. William Roddy Bryant Jr., who took the video of the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery with felony murder and attempt to commit false imprisonment. Joe Biden's expected to be at the top of the Democratic presidential ticket, and he's homing in on a vice president. CBS News has learned Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar is among those asked to undergo the formal vetting process. CBS's Bo Erickson has more.
Several high-profile Democrats told CBS News they are urging Biden to pick a woman of color, potentially politicians like California Senator Kamala Harris or Georgia politician Stacey Abrams.
During his visit to a Michigan Ford plant that's now making ventilators, President Trump discussed the possibility of another stimulus package to help the sagging economy and said the CDC is coming out with guidance soon on opening up churches. Cardinal Timothy Dolan, Archbishop of New York.
Worship are essential services for the well-being of our people. We hear from them daily. They very much miss Mass and Holy Communion.
It looks like actress Lori Loughlin and her husband will be heading to prison as part of a plea deal in the college admissions bribery scandal case. Prosecutors served 2 months and 5 months, respectively. Hurricane season begins June 1st, and forecasters say it'll likely be a busy one. CBS Daily.
They're calling for 13 to 19 named storms. The normal is